pleased to have Peter Kaufman with us once again today, president of the Gordian Group. Peter, talk to us a little bit about the Gordian Group.
Sure. We're an investment bank. We're independently owned by our partners. We specialize in anything distressed or complicated or story. So we've sold Ben & Jerry's. That was a story that wasn't distressed. But we primarily advise buyers or sellers of distressed companies, or we do financial reorganizations, advising boards of directors and old equity. We're a company-side advisor. We do fairness valuation, solvency opinions, and expert witness services having anything to do with valuation, damages, solvency, fraudulent conveyance, that sort of thing.
And so your firm doesn't represent bondholders?
No, we don't represent bondholders. We believe we're a lone voice in the wilderness on this. It's the dirty little secret nobody else likes us to talk about. But when an investment bank that often represents bondholders is advising a board of directors, that investment bank is not in a position to give unconflicted, zealous advice to the board about how to deal with the bondholders, because they represent those same bondholders in deals either currently or in the past and have a desire to be hired by them in the future. We don't. We will deal with them with impunity because we have no interest in being hired by them, and that's upsetting to them. But it's very comforting to our clients when they're boards of directors.
So you're avoiding any conflict at all costs?
Correct.
Okay, so let's talk about, so exciting, since I talked to you last year about all your mergers. Let's talk a little bit about American Airlines and that transaction. How incredible.
Incredible. And that was a little bit of a one-off transaction for us because we didn't represent the company. Nor did we represent the bondholders. We represented the largest union in American Airlines, the Transport Workers Union. And as they put it, we brought the advice of the 1% to the 99%. And we worked with them, got a tremendous result for them. And I think it was John Kennedy who said that failure is an orphan, but success has many fathers. And I know that a lot of people are taking credit for the incredible outcome of merging a bankrupt airline in bankruptcy, to get out of jail. We were a galvanizing force in that, because our advice to the Transport Workers Union back in January of 2012 was, yes, you need to negotiate as best you can with American Airlines for your new contract with American, but we need to raise the level of your game. We need to make you more relevant and more important than maybe you otherwise are. We think you should start talking to U.S. Air and get into a bidding war for the Transport Workers Union services and support. And at first, they were very upset with that advice. Basically wouldn't talk to me for about 6 weeks. Suddenly, there we are talking to U.S. Air. The union bought in wholeheartedly to our mantra in this situation, as in many situations, of creating options and having optionality, not just putting your eggs all in one basket. And it turned out to be a tremendous result for the Transport Workers Union under very adverse circumstances. So they were fabulous to work for. We're very pleased with the result.
So would you say that was your biggest hurdle with this, is getting everyone to think differently and start communicating this way?
Yeah, it was, because it was a very outside-the-box approach, something that the unions certainly weren't used to hearing or doing, and it took them a little bit of time for them to internalize the advice and the ramifications. But to their credit, they got it and they ran with it.
Everyone looked at this transaction. It was, of course, making headlines all over the country, all over the world, in fact. How do you think that this will impact or make folks look at M&A transactions differently into the future?
Well, at Gordian, we believe that thinking outside the box is something that's not just a good idea. We think it's mandatory, because we believe in options and optionality, and we don't feel hidebound to tradition or mark up the last deal or anything like that. And this proved that even in a huge situation, you could do something in bankruptcy that hadn't been done before. And so when people ask me, well, you're giving this advice, that's never been done before. Okay, it hasn't been done before. Let's talk about how to get it done.
On a personal level, then, does that make it one of your most exciting transactions that you guys have been involved in, just because it hasn't been done before?
Absolutely, but we're excited by almost all of our transactions. Mm-hmm. We're mostly in the middle market, and
right.
So they don't get a huge amount of headlines, but we're incredibly proud and interested in every one of our deals, because there's nothing cookie cutter about what we do. Every situation is different, and we try and come up with the best solution for our client, which is often being creative, and sometimes it's being coercive, with some of the other people around the table. And we specialize in trying to move the chess pieces to our client's advantage.
So we talk about moving chess pieces. What do you think about the rest of 2014 as far as acquisitions and distressed deals and stuff? What do you think is going to be going on the rest of the year?
I think interest rates are going to continue to stay relatively low. There's going to continue to be a flow of easy refinancing money. And so I don't unless something exogenous to our marketplace happens, the credit markets freeze up because there's a war or terrorism or something like that, I think the rest of this year is going to be like last year was.
Okay. Thank you so much for being here, Peter. It's always great to talk to you.
Great to be here. Thank you very much.